proof of clearance between the trailer and the new truck remodel, and more of the rebuild, all on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, yeah, I took another day off, just trying to get past this cold. I still feel lousy, but I'm not blowing out quite as many Smurfs as the other day, but still just feel pretty run down. But I just had to get back out here and get back to work. I had to run down to Sap Brothers to get some more fuel, so another road test, and everything holds up real good. And then I decided when I got back, let's go ahead and hook up to the trailer so I can prove, because so many people have been asking from the very beginning of this project, are you sure there's going to be enough clearance there between your extension and your trailer? So I went ahead and hooked up, and I tried various different angles, even a full 90. So let's dive into that. Okay, this first shot here is just hooked straight to the truck, with the truck and the trailer connected straight, right on. And you can see plenty of space between the upper extension up there and the trailer. As I look back up a little bit, you can see that gray behind it. That's the pole barn, so don't count that. There is a little bit of an angle on it, and you can see, I've got my tractor a little bit of an angle and still plenty of space. I had measured this, months ago before I ever started this project, but there it is, even more of an angle, and you can still see there's plenty of space in between the truck and trailer with the new extension. Alright, now we go even further, and look at this. Still looks like plenty of room. It looks really close right there, but as you walk up, or as I zoom in, you can still see plenty of space. The trailer's actually starting to go towards the middle of the back of that extension. So we've got plenty of room. Alright, let's keep going further. Look at that, I backed up even more. So now, it looks like the extension's sitting right on top of the trailer there, but as I walk close and get a different angle on it, you can see there's still space right there. And that's with the fifth wheel where it is, or where it has been. I have 2 more notches I could go further back. So you can see I still, as long as you're flat, have plenty of clearance in between. Alright, now we're going to go for even more of an angle. This is almost a full 90 right here. And you can see the trailer's now kind of tucking behind the extension. So I walk over again, give you a shot of the gap in between. And it's a little close, but, there's still space there. Like I say, as long as I'm flat, everything will be fine. Alright, now we have the full 90. Not to be confused with the full Monty. That would be a very different situation. But it looks like the extension's right on the truck or the trailer wall, but it's really not. So again, here's the gap in between. We have plenty of space. We actually have more space right there than we did at a little more closer to the 45-degree angle. So it all works out, and you should never go more than a 90-degree angle anyway, drivers. That is just trouble. So hopefully that'll satisfy all of you who are concerned that I'd be just, mashing the trailer into the back of that extension. This truck, the Coronado, already had a really long wheelbase, and it always had a very long gap in between the cab and the trailer, and the side extensions, side fairings on this thing are 20 inches by themselves. And so we're only going another 15 inches past that 20 inches. So, I measured, I did this at a Hardee's parking lot right next to a Love's in Knoxville, Illinois. And they have a nice big lot there, so I was able to get out there and do all the various different angles. I kept getting out, I kept measuring, kept kind of putting a yardstick up there to get an idea. So I wanted to know before I ever started this project that I wasn't going to have trouble later on, and there's the proof. And because I know the Clutch Trucker viewers are some of the smartest viewers in the world, I know what you're already thinking. You're saying, okay, yeah, but you only have this much space in there. What if you have to go up a driveway, down a driveway, especially at that angle? Well, obviously you saw I had a whole bunch of room if I'm straight. So, this is something I'm going to have to obviously keep in mind while driving. If I'm going down a little driveway or up a little driveway, and where here's the trailer, here's the truck, they're going to angle a little bit like that, okay? I have to make sure I'm as straight as possible. Plus, remember, I got 2 more notches I can go back, which is going to buy me about another 6 inches or so on top of what you already saw in that video, okay? So I just have to keep that in mind. I'm the only one going to be driving this truck. No one else is going to be driving it. So I don't have to worry about Rusty hopping up here and then hot rodding it up into a driveway someday and getting me in trouble. So I've got to keep that in mind, and yes, I need to make sure of that. But as long as I know that, as long as I'm straight, you saw how much space I have when I'm straight. I have a lot of space. I can handle any driveway up or down as long as I'm going at it straight on. So that really shouldn't be an issue. So I know a lot of you were thinking about that, so before you started putting in the comments, I wanted to let you know, yeah, I'm already thinking of that. So don't worry, I've got that in mind. For the most of the time, 90% of the time, it's not going to be an issue. When you're backing into a dock, it's pretty much flat in front of the dock, for the most part. So that's not going to be an issue most of the time. It's just going up and down a driveway. If I'm trying to do that while turning, that's where I might need to make sure I'm as straight as possible. All right, well, like I say, I had to go get fuel today, and of course, I didn't put everything away. So a whole bunch of stuff fell down. I got to pick all that up first. And I realized I need to fix that vent panel thing back there first. After I put that in, I realized it needed to slide back towards the wall just a little bit more. So I've got to take that back down and trim it, and then put it back up. And I'll fix the vinyl, because I ended up putting some holes in the vinyl up there in the process. So I've got to fix that first, actually, before I can frame the closet, because I need to make sure I have enough access for the power tools to get all the way through, especially that block right there, and the other beam, and into the wood behind it. So I bought extra long screws, 4 3/4 inches, to do that. So got to tackle this first. All right, got everything I need to do to fix that vent panel. Shortly after I put it up, I realized it needed to be trimmed down just a little bit because it was pushing against the fridge too much. So when you open the fridge at the top, as the door opens, it comes out a little bit. And I was kind of pushing the whole unit to the side. So when you closed it, then it didn't want to close up quite as well. So I need to trim off just about 1/4 inch, not much. So the easiest way to do that, because if I pull it completely down, and then I'd have to undo the vent and the duct on the back, which took me a half hour or more to wrestle that on there. I'm not willing to do that. It was too hard. So got the good old reciprocating saw, good old Ryobi. So got that. So that's how I'm going to trim it once I take it down. Then I got to recover the vinyl I put up when I was doing that, because when I was trying to put it up, I had put the vinyl on first. Well, I ended up making holes in the vinyl that I couldn't repair. So I have another section of the vinyl right here. I have a little bit left of the older vinyl, so this will match what's already up there. All right, so I'm gonna unscrew it. I've got the driver, got the batteries. Unscrew that, take that down. I'm gonna staple the vinyl up in the back side, then put that panel back up into place, screw it in, then wrap it around the front, and then re-staple it. And then when we put the ceiling in, you won't see any of that. All right, pulled the vinyl down, cut it a little bit right there, and so I can get to these screws to pull that vent panel, which is now right there behind that one, down, and we'll see what we're dealing with. Well, this has turned into a much bigger pain in the ass. Look, the duct is broken. I've got to try to rework it around this vent thing. And that's a lot of fun. Well, the only good news from this is then I can just take this down and cut it on the table saw or the miter saw, either one. But to get that tucked back over that was such a pain in the ass last time. I'm not feeling too confident. Alright, got that fixed. That's the way it should be. I did trim it on the table saw after all, because that duct came off like I showed you before. So at least it was easier to trim. Got it back into place, screwed in first, then ran that vinyl back over the top. And of course, you're not going to see where it's up there on the ceiling, because it's going to meet the ceiling board, which is going to be the same as these boards. So that'll match so nicely up there and look real good. But that's back into place now, so the fridge door doesn't hit it right there where it was when it was opening. So it opens properly, the freezer door opens properly. So now that's all set, so now I can get back onto framing out the closet. Alright, well that's where I'm stopping as far as the video goes. I'm going to keep working because it takes me another hour or so to edit the video, and then it's going to take another hour or so to upload. So while it's uploading, I'm going to continue working on the framing out the closet. So hopefully we'll have a better update on that for you tomorrow. It's just, yeah, it takes so long to do the video stuff that I don't want to waste the entire amount of time. So the video's stopping here, but I'll finish framing out the closet and hopefully that'll be ready for things tomorrow. All right, so we'll have more updates for you tomorrow. Hopefully I can get those boards painted and ready to go, get the door made for the closet, and we'll move on from there. It's supposed to be warmer come Sunday and Monday, so the next few days will probably be working more on the inside stuff. I've got to get the inverter put in. I've got to get it wired up to everything, and we'll work on the sink area. I've got to build the cabinet, which should go right up here, where you see that little knot up there on that board. It's going to hang up there. All right, I've got a new kind of plan for the board coming down the side to meet the surround part for the toilet area, because there's lower boards I can't secure in permanently. There's a panel right behind my seat on the side wall that, you know, I might have to access. And you know how it goes. If I block that permanently, I'll need to access the panel. So now if I do my workaround and put in some latches, whatever I'm going to do to make it work, I'll probably never have to access that panel. But, you know, that's how it goes. So I'm going to be working on that as well in the next few days. And then when the weather's warmer, we'll start working on the insulating and putting the skin and the diamond plate and everything on the box extension. So that's where we're at. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. You know, if nothing else, we showed you, yes, the clearance is good. I will make it from a straight position all the way to a 90. Do just have to be a little cautious going up and down ramps and stuff like that. But otherwise, I think I've proven that's not going to be an issue, because it's not going to be any thicker. That ice and water barriers like this, and then the diamond plate, you know, we're only talking about at a 1/4 inch at the most, probably, the total extra on that box. Right, Rusty? Yeah, I know it's still cold out here. I'm dealing with my cold and all that too, so I hear you. Right, Fuzzy Dog? Mr. Stoic. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget about Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter. As always, please subscribe. We'd love to have you comment. I get your comments usually within 24 hours while doing this project. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. McLovin? You chose McLovin? That's not even a name. Well, it was between that or Muhammad. Why would you choose Muhammad? Beat a Book is like the most popular name in the world. McLovin? You don't even have a first name. All right, he's ready for it. Here it is. And look, there it goes. Oh, can you get it? There you go. Hop over and eat it. All right, turn around so we don't have to just look at your butt. Well, turn your whole body around there, dog. Well, he doesn't seem to be cooperating with that, but happy dog nonetheless. Oh, there he goes. All right. Did you get it all? That was quick. That was real quick. Wow. Look up here.